Shalom, shalom. Happy Sabbath day and welcome to all Israel. Welcome to another Bible study lesson. And today's study lesson is going to be part 2 of our study called Jesus or Immanuel. And it's from Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14. Like I said, this is part 2. Now, we left off part 1 with the understanding that Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14 is not speaking of Jesus Christ, aka Lucifer. Is not speaking of him at all. Okay? And it is not speaking of Mary, and it is not speaking of that dude, Holy Ghost. Okay? At all. And here in part 2, we are going to continue to document these things because they are true, okay? It's the truth. And you, Israel, are to know the truth, okay? Why? Because it is for you to know. The truth was given for us to know. Okay, those things that are revealed are for us and for our children forever. Okay, so these things are revealed and we're going to get into them. Okay, so let's start off. Let's go right back to Isaiah chapter 7 and let's pick it up in verse 14. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Immanuel. Okay? Immanuel. The Most High is saying that I'm just going to give you a sign. Okay? Let's get Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14 once again. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Why did the Most High just give him a sign? Because Ahaz won't ask the Most High for a sign. So the Most High himself is going to give Ahaz a sign. Okay? So what did he say? You, Ahaz, you won't ask the Most High for a sign. So the Most High himself is going to give you a sign, even though you won't ask him for one. And the sign is that a young woman is going to bear a son and call his name Immanuel. Okay? Immanuel. So in the New Testament, aka Lucifer's writings, they say that only wicked people seek after a sign. That's what they say. That's what Lucifer said. Only wicked people seek after a sign. Okay? And, well, let's go back to that. In the New Testament, aka Lucifer's writings, they say that only wicked people seek after a sign. However, in the Old Testament, or the so-called Old Testament, aka the Torah, which is our book, that's our book, okay? Which is to say, the writings of the prophets, and of our priest, in the book of remembrance, is the book that the Most High literally tell us to remember. we see that the Most High has always given us signs. Okay? Always He has given us signs. So the New Testament, in the New Testament, they are trying to call you and I wicked for looking for signs from the Most High, because the Most High, our God, has always given us signs and told us to look for signs. Okay? Look, the sun and the moon and all that stuff is signs. They're given as for signs, for seasons and all of that stuff. Okay? Not to be worshipped, but to be for signs to let us know certain things, different times of the year and stuff like that. Okay? That's a sign. The Most High have always given us signs on many other occasions. Okay? But the New Testament say that you're wicked for looking for a sign. Okay? But the wicked are them in that New Testament. Okay? They are wicked. Not us. We're not wicked, but they are wicked. We are the righteous. Okay? We are made upright because the Most High, our God, has made us upright. Okay? We're not wicked, we're upright. So let's document that real quick. Okay? Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and let's pick it up in verse 29. Lo, let me read that again. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that God, who? God, the Most High God, has made man upright. Who is man? So, who is man? If the Most High God made man upright, who is man? Man or mankind are the Israelites and the sons of Adam. We are the Israelites and we're descendants of Adam, because everybody is not descendants from Adam. Okay? Everybody is not descendants of Adam, and everybody is not Hebrew Israelites. Okay? When I say everybody, I'm talking about everybody in the world. Everybody inhabiting this earth are not descendant from Adam and are Hebrew Israelites, aka mankind. Okay? They're not all mankind. If you go back and look at the story of creation, there were other species who were created or made before Adam was created or formed. Okay? Yet the Most High only breathed into our forefather Adam's nostrils, okay, the breath of life. And the Most High did not breathe that breath of life into those others who were created before Adam. Those others who are also inhabitants of the earth, they inhabit the earth, but they are not a people, and they are not mankind, and they are not man. Okay? They're not man. There are different species. Okay? There are cattle. There are beasts. There are animals. Okay? Even though they have 2 arms, they have 2 legs, they have a head, they have 2 eyes, they have 2 ears, and a nose and a mouth, they are not the children of the Most High, our God, the God of Israel. They are not the children of God. They are not the chosen. And they are not man or mankind. They are heathens. They are Gentiles. They are the nations or something like that. But they are not Hebrew Israelites, descendants of Adam. But we are the Hebrew Israelites, and we are man, aka mankind. All of the other nations can't truthfully say any of that, because we have had the breath of life breathed into us from the Most High, our God. Okay? He breathed into us at creation. That is to say, the spirit of life from the Most High God was breathed into us. All of the other nations can't say that. They can't claim that. Okay? All of the other nations of the earth are just flesh. They don't have the spirit of the Most High breathed into them. They are not upright or righteous. They are flesh and they are wicked. They don't have that spirit of life from the Most High, our God, in them. And we, the children of Israel only, we are the only ones who have that. We are the Most High God's chosen people. We are His portion. We are a people that's near and dear unto Him. We are made upright. We are holy, separated. We are man, aka mankind. Those other nations or species are a drop of a bucket. The Most High said they are less than nothing and vanity. Okay? They don't mean anything to the Most High God. He promised that He is going to destroy them. Okay? They're trying to call us wicked, but the Most High God say they are the wicked and they are going to be destroyed. They are a drop of a bucket. They are vanity. Okay? We are the Most High God's chosen people. You need to understand that. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 29 once again. Lo, this only have I found, that God has made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Okay? Not saying that we did everything perfect. Even though we found ourselves in these false religions and doing things that we should not have been doing. Okay? We found ourselves in these false religions like Christianity. The Most High is beginning to wake us up though. Okay? He's beginning to wake us up. And some of our people, the remnant especially, are getting away from those dumb religions like Christianity and stuff like that. And some of our people, especially the remnant, are turning back to serving the Most High God alone. And let's document that the Most High God have a remnant that He has made upright. Psalms 37 and verse 18. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright. You hear that? The Lord knoweth the days of the upright. This is Psalms 37 and verse 18. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be for how long? Forever. You hear that? Psalms 37 and verse 19. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. That's the upright. That's the children of Israel. The Most High God's chosen. Okay? His remnant. Psalms 37 and verse 20. But the wicked, who? The wicked, who? The wicked, i.e. the Christians, and all of the other false religions of the world shall perish. They shall do what? Perish. You're going to kill them. They ain't going to be forever. They shall perish. And the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. shall they consume away. You hear that? So all of y'all who are calling on Lucifer, aka Jesus Christ, and waiting on Lucifer, Jesus Christ, to save you, you are the wicked. You just heard what the Most High said he's going to do to you. You just heard that. Okay? You just heard what your future is going to be. You are going to burn like a barbecue, according to the Most High. The Most High is going to, he said consume, right? The Most High is going to have a cookout, okay? Most High is going to have a cookout. Because a lot of people are having a cookout this weekend. But the Most High is going to have a cookout. And you are invited to his cookout. You that's looking for Jesus, okay? You're invited to his cookout. Matter of fact, you are the main dish, okay? You are the main dish. You're going to be cooking. Now, let's see what the Most High, not with the Most High, but let's see what the wicked says about those of us who look to the Most High God for his signs, okay? Let's see what the wicked says. Let's go to Matthew chapter 16 and let's pick it up in verse 4. Because this is the wicked speaking, saying, going against the Most High God. These are the enemies of the Most High God. Watch. Because the Most High God just told Ahaz to look for a sign. He tell us to look for signs. All different places in the Torah, he tell us to look for signs. And now he's telling Ahaz to look for a sign. But let's hear what the wicked says about those who look for signs, okay? Matthew chapter 16 and verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. You hear that? They're calling you and I the wicked because we are looking to the Most High for the signs that he has told us to look for, okay? One of those signs that the Most High has told us to look for is that the Most High said that that the prophet Elijah will come. Okay? Not Jesus, but the prophet Elijah will come. Elijah's promise. Okay? And when he comes, he will turn the hearts of our people back to the Most High, serving him only. And it don't say anything about Jesus Christ, aka Lucifer, coming. You know, it don't say nothing about him coming back and doing anything at all. But Jesus Christ, aka Lucifer, don't want you to know that. Okay? Because it exposes his nonsense. He said, it is wicked to look for a sign. The Most High God don't say anything like that. The Most High God didn't say it is wicked to look for a sign. The Most High God said he's going to give us a sign. It's a promise. Even a rainbow is a sign that he promised, that he said, I'm going to put a rainbow as a sign, as a promise that he won't flood the entire earth and kill everybody again. Okay? So why are Christians looking for a sign? Lucifer said that it's wicked to look for a sign. So why are Christians looking for a sign for him to return? Why are they looking for him to looking for a sign of him returning in the clouds on a flying horse like Santa Claus? Okay? Why are they looking for that? Okay, like Santa Claus be flying with those flying reindeers. They're looking for Jesus to come flying in the sky like that with a horse. Why are they looking for that? To rapture them away, straight to hell or wherever they're going. Why are they looking for that? How dumb is that? And we know that that ain't nothing but a lie. That's a fairy tale. That is nothing but another big, fat Christian lie. Nothing but a fairy tale. The Most High God don't say none of that garbage. So let's go to the great day of the Lord. And we're going to get back to Isaiah, but I just want to look at this real quick. Let's go to the great day of the Lord, and let's hear the truth from the Most High. Okay? Malachi. Because the Most High said, I won't say nothing, but I reveal my secret unto my servants, the prophets. So let's go to one of his prophets right now. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, who? The proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day cometh that shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Who can hear that? Let me read that again. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. I'm going to explain a little bit of this, okay? For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, okay? All the proud. How much of the proud? All the proud. How much of the proud? All the proud. So here in this hellhole called America, aka New Egypt, you hear these foolish people saying that they are proud to be Americans, okay? And also in this hellhole, they have a whole month dedicated to their gay, lesbian, transgender, faggot Pride Day. Okay? So that should let you know, after reading Malachi 4 and 1, that should let you know what the Most High is going to do to them. How many of them? All of them. Very soon. Okay? And you see, there's been a lot of disasters coming, more and more. And it's going to accumulate into that burning. Okay? Half the earth is burning right now, and they can't even put the fire out. Every time you look around, there's more and more record rainfalls. There's more and more record earthquakes. There's more and more record high heats. More and more. Got pandemics and all of that going around. That's the Most High doing that. They think that there's something happening, a natural thing happening. The Most High is doing that. And if the white man or whoever is working up some stuff, the Most High put it in his mind to do it so that he can bring it on against you. Okay? Let's continue. The Most High said that he is going to burn them up. So the Most High is going to burn them up just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. The same way he did Sodom and Gomorrah, he's going to burn this place up. Yea, let's get that. Yea, all the wicked and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Right there. Right there, you see that. The Most High said that they will be left with nothing. So let's get that great day of the Lord once again. Okay? Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. Behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord. Saith who? The Lord. Saith who? The Lord. Who is the Lord? The Most High God of hosts. That it shall leave them neither root nor branch. No root, no branch, absolutely nothing. Malachi 4 and 2. But unto you that fear my name, not fear Jesus' name, aka Lucifer's name, but unto you that fear my name. Who is that? The Most High God. Okay, his name. Shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And when you say Son of Righteousness, he's not talking about no S-O-N. He's talking about the S-U-N. Okay? And he's not telling you to worship no son or nothing like that. He's saying the S-U-N. In other words, you are going to enjoy beautiful, nice, sunny days. Okay? And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Okay? That's what he's talking about. Not no S-O-N. The Most High don't have a son. Called Jesus Christ and all that stuff. The children of Israel is his son. That's who he says is his son. King David is his begotten. Okay? Ephraim, all of that. That's his sons. Not Jesus Christ. He ain't nothing to the Most High. The Most High never said one word about him at all, anywhere. In that, in the words that the Most High God said in his prophets or anything like that. And then they saying that a voice was heard in the New Testament. A voice. Not the Most High, just a voice. Come on, man. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 3. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts, the Most High God of Israel, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob is saying this. Okay? Malachi chapter 4 and verse 4. Remember ye the law of Moses. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant. Jesus is not your servant. No. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant. He said nothing about remember that stupid New Testament. But he said, remember the law of Moses, my servant. And he don't even call Jesus a servant. He said, remember the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel. It has nothing to do with Jesus Christ or Christians at all. Nothing. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 4. Remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded him in Horeb for all Israel, which with statutes and with judgments. Okay? Malachi 4 and 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet. What about Jesus? No. Not Jesus, but I will send you Elijah the prophet. Let me read that again. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5. Verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet. So he's not talking about Jesus. He said Elijah the prophet. So anyone who is waiting on Jesus to come, he is never going to come. You're going to be waiting forever because he's never going to come. But the Most High said that he will send Elijah, the prophet, not Jesus, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Okay? So Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5, we're going to read it once again, and then we'll move on. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 5, because I want you to really see this. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Verse 6, that's a promise, that's a sign. Verse 6, Malachi chapter 4 and verse 6, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. That is a sign from the Most High our God. Okay? Now let's go back and see what the wicked New Testament has to say about that. Because they saying that if we look for a sign like Elijah coming or anything like that, we are wicked. Malachi chapter 16 and verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. I don't know who is Jonas. Jonas. And he left them and departed. So Lucifer, aka Jesus, is only saying that because he can't come through and he have never come through on any of his broken promises. That is why he said you are wicked if you seek for a sign, because he know that he is not going to be able to fulfill any signs like that anyway. Only the Most High God can fulfill his signs and bring something to pass. Not Jesus. Jesus can't bring nothing to pass. Okay? He said that if you believe in him, that you would never die, and people keep dying because he can't bring nothing to pass. He said he can't do nothing unless the Most High God tell him to do it or give him power to do it. And the Most High God ain't giving him power to do nothing, so he can't do nothing. But the Most High, on the other hand, he declares the end from the beginning. He tell you what he is going to do. He tell you what is going to happen. And then he actually does exactly what he said he was going to do. And he brings it to pass. That's why you can look at the children of Israel right now. The Most High God said that we was going to be on slave ships. We was going to be under the foot of our enemies. All of those things. And we see it right now. The Most High God comes through on his promises, but Jesus had never come through on not even one promise yet. Now let's go back to Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Immanuel. The virgin is the prophet Isaiah's wife, the young woman. She is also called the prophetess. You're going to see that. She's called the prophetess. This is not talking about Mary from the New Testament. Mary is the Holy Ghost's wife. She is not, or not the Holy Ghost, but Mary is Holy Ghost's wife, whoever he is. I don't know who Holy Ghost is, but she's his wife, because he's the one that impregnated her. Okay? She is not the prophet Isaiah's wife. Okay? Isaiah chapter 7 has nothing to do with Mary. And Isaiah chapter 7 is speaking of Isaiah's wife in the so-called Old Testament, aka the Torah. Okay? It had nothing to do with Mary. Immanuel is the prophet Isaiah's son. Immanuel is not Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is not Immanuel. And the reason why the Most High God told the prophet Isaiah to call his, to call his son Emmanuel, or to name his son Emmanuel, is because the Most High God wanted Judah, Benjamin, and Levi at that time, his remnant, to know that he was with them. In that civil war that was waged between them and their brethren, Ephraim or Israel, okay, who had also hooked up with the foreigners of Syria. And they were coming against Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which is called Judah, okay? Now let's recap that a little bit, okay? The Most High God sent the prophet Isaiah to King Ahaz to reassure him. Okay? Let's get that. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 1. And it came to pass in the days of Ahaz, son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, that Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, went up toward Jerusalem to war against it, but could not prevail against it. Verse 2. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 2. And it was told the house of David, saying, Syria is confederate with Ephraim, and his heart was moved, and the heart of his people, as the trees of the wood are moved with the wind. They was afraid. Verse 3, Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 3. Then said the Lord unto Isaiah, Go forth now to meet Ahaz, thou and Shear-Jashub, meaning you and your son, Shear-Jashub, thy son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool, in the highway of the fuller's field. Now let's get the definition for the name Shear-Jashub. Shear-Jashub definition is H7610 in the Strong's Concordance. Shear-Jashub, sheh-awr, yaw-shoob. Okay, from H7605 and from H7725. A remnant will return. A what? A remnant will return. A what? A remnant will return. Shear-Jashub is the symbolical name of one of Isaiah's son. Okay? One of Isaiah's son. That's what he is. And the Most High God told him to name him Shear-Jashub because the Most High God wanted our people, or the remnant of his people, he wanted them to know that that a remnant of them will return. Okay? When he sent the Assyrians to sweep the land. Okay? That's what Shear-Jashub is all about. So what does this name of Isaiah's son Shear-Jashub symbolizes? I just told you. The Most High have a remnant of his people that he will protect. The Most High always have a remnant. He always have a remnant. That's why he said a remnant shall return. He sent Shear-Jashub there to let them know. That's why he sent them with Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 2 to understand that the Most High always have a remnant. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 2. The remnant shall return. The remnant shall what? The remnant shall return. Even the remnant of Jacob unto the mighty God. You hear that? And he's waking us up, and we are starting to return back to him and to serve him only. And we're getting away from this Jesus Christ garbage, the Lucifer garbage. Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. Who can hear that? Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we shall have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah, like the Most High going to do with America, going to burn it up. The Most High always have a remnant. You need to understand that. And they're going to take a remnant out of there. Okay? Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 7. Let's pick it up in verse 3. Then said the Lord unto Isaiah, go forth now to meet Ahaz, thou and Shear-Jashub thy son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool in the highway of the fullest field. Verse 4, Isaiah 7 and verse 4. And say unto him, take heed and be quiet, fear not, neither be faint-hearted, for the two tails of these smoking firebrands, for the fierce anger of risen with Syria, and of the son of Remaliah. Okay? So, what are smoking firebrands? You need to understand what the Most High is saying. He's saying, don't be afraid of them. Don't be faint-hearted with them. They talking about coming up there and putting their king, a Gentile foreigner king. They're going to bring him and put him in the, on the throne in Jerusalem. They must be out of their minds. So what is the smoking firebrand? A smoking firebrand is a piece of wood that has been set on fire and burned completely. But the flame, the flame has gone out of that burnt piece of wood, but the smoke from that burning is still visible. Like you can still see the smoke even though the wood is completely burnt, okay? You can still see the smoke, and even though the wood is consumed, okay? And this is what the Most High is saying about those two kings. He said they are already consumed, okay? They are already consumed, like that piece of wood. They're already consumed, and they are as good as dead. That's what he's telling them. They are as good as dead. So don't be afraid of them. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 5. Because Syria, Ephraim, and the son of Remaliah have taken evil counsel against thee, saying, verse 6, let us go up against Judah and vex it, and let us make a breach therein for us, and set a king in the midst of it, even the son of Tabiel. Verse 7. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 7. Thus saith the Lord, it shall not stand, neither shall it come to pass. That's not going to happen. Oh no. The Most High didn't say it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's skip down to verse 10. Moreover, the Lord spake again unto Ahaz, saying, verse 11, ask thee a sign of the Lord thy God. See, the Most High is telling him, ask a sign. Ask it in either depth or in height above. He said, I don't care how difficult you think it will be. Ask the sign from me and watch what I do. Ask the sign. But Ahaz said, verse 12, Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 12. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, neither will I tempt the Lord. So he thought he was tempting the Lord, even though the Most High is telling him to ask for a sign. Let's skip down to verse 14. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Immanuel. Now you understand what he's talking about when he says he's going to give you a sign. This is not talking about Jesus. Immanuel is one of the prophet Isaiah's sons, okay? And so is Shear-Jashub, whose name means a remnant will return. Immanuel is also one of his sons, and so is Maher-shalal Hash-Baz. So he got Immanuel, he got Shear-Jashub, and he got Maher-shalal Hash-Baz. So let's go to Isaiah chapter 8, and let's see why the Most High commanded the prophet to name his sons those names: Immanuel, Shear-Jashub, and Maher-shalal Hash-Baz. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 18. Behold, I and the children whom the Lord has given me are for signs. Therefore what? Signs. Therefore what? For signs. So Isaiah himself and his sons are given for signs and for wonders in Israel from the Most High, the Lord of hosts. Okay? They are given for signs, and we're going to look at each one of these names and see what the sign is. Okay? So what is a sign? One of the synonyms of the word for sign is the word evidence. So a sign is evidence. Okay? A sign is evidence. Evidence is what? Evidence is proof. Okay? That's what evidence is. It's proof. So the Most High give those names of those sons as proof of what he was going to do. Okay? And he gave the name of Isaiah also as proof of what he's going to do. The meaning of those names. So another synonym of the word sign is the word indication. And you can look these things up. Indication. Because a sign is also an indication of something. Okay, so through the naming of Isaiah's sons, the Most High, the Most Holy One, aka the Most High, wanted to prove something. He wanted to indicate something to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which is called the house of Judah, or the tribe of Judah, okay, at that time. So he wanted to indicate something to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, his remnant, to let them know what are some of the things that will be happening very shortly at that time. And the Most High also wanted to indicate to them and assure them that he was with them against those that will come against them. Okay? Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 18 once again. Behold, I and the children, those three sons, whom the Lord has given me, are for signs and for wonders in Israel from the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion. So let's document that the prophet Isaiah and his sons are given as signs and wonders in Israel, okay, and from the Most High. And we can see all of that through the meaning of Isaiah's name and through the meaning of Isaiah's son's name, so that we can know what the Most High is saying through the meanings of those names. So let's get the definition of the name Isaiah first. Let's start off with the name Isaiah first. Isaiah definition is from H3470 in the Strong's Concordance, is Yeshaiah, Jeshaiah, Jeshaiah, okay? Yesh-ah-yaw, yesh-ah-yaw, okay? Jeshaiah, 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 okay? Jeshaiah, Jeshaiah. That is the name of Isaiah from 3467 and from H3467 and from H3050. Jah has saved. Jah have saved. That's the meaning of Isaiah's name. Jah have saved. Jeshajah. The name of 7 Israelites. Isaiah, Jeshaiah. Jeshaiah. Okay? Isaiah name means Jah have saved. Jah is the Most High. God. God have saved. Okay? That's what he wanted to indicate to them. I have saved you. I have saved you. And he's saying that about Israel too. We are saved. The Most High is our Savior. Okay? Not Jesus. This ain't talking about Jesus. Jah have saved. The Most High have saved. He didn't say Jah and Jesus have saved. No, Jah have saved. That's it. Period. So the Most High wanted to indicate to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi through Isaiah's name that he and he alone is their Savior. He is their help. He is their protection. He is their Redeemer. He is their keeper, etc. And that's what the Most High is saying to us. He is our Savior, not Jesus, not Lucifer. Okay? Now let's get the definition of the name Shear-Jashub. Okay, Shear-Jashub definition. H7610. Shear-Jashub. 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 Yaw-shoob. I'm sorry. Yaw-shoob. From H7605 and from H7725. A remnant will return. A remnant will do what? A remnant will return. A remnant will do what? A remnant will return. Remnant will return. Sheh-Jashub. The symbolical name of Isaiah's son, Sheh-Jashub. Okay? So Shear-Jashub symbolizes what? Symbolizes that the Most High have a remnant of his people that he will protect and he will keep. Okay? Right there, he's showing you through this name what he's going to do. Now, let's get the name, Isaiah's other son's name, Maher-shalal Hash-Baz. Maher-shalal-Hash-Baz definition is H4122 in the Strong's Concordance. Maher-shalal Hash-Baz. From H4118 and from H7998 and from H2363 and from H957. Hasting as he, the enemy, to the booty, swift to the prey. So Maher-shalal Hash-Baz, the name symbolical of the name of the son of Isaiah. So with this name, Maher-shalal Hash-Baz, the Most High is indicating, giving a sign to his remnant that he is going to cause their enemies to be spoiled swiftly. Swiftly, like he said, them two firebrands are already consumed. You can see the smoke coming out of the top of their doggone heads. They're already dead. They're good as dead. Okay? The Most High was indicating that he was going to cause their enemies to be spoiled or destroyed swiftly. That's what that means. Okay? Now let's get the name of Immanuel. The name of Immanuel. Immanuel definition from H6005 from the Strong's Concordance. Immanuel. Immanuel. Okay? Immanuel. From H5973 and from H410 with the suffix pronoun inserted. With us is God. Is what? With us is God. What does that mean? What does Immanuel mean? With us is God. Immanuel. A name of Isaiah's son, not Jesus. The name of Isaiah's son. With us is God. So with this name, the Most High God wanted his people, or the remnant of his people at that time, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, he wanted them to know something. He wasn't talking to all Israel at this time. He was talking to them and at that time. And only those tribes. Okay? And with the naming of of the prophet Isaiah's son, Immanuel, the Most High God wanted them to know that he was with them, only them, against their enemies, or against anyone or anybody who would come against them. And that is why it is so important, Israel. It is so important that we stop worshiping those false gods, little g, like Jesus Christ, aka Lucifer, and come back to the Most High, our God. And he said that he will be with you. He said, return unto me and I will return unto you. So we got to get away from those other ones and turn back to the Most High God. Get away from the gods, little g, and return back to the Most High, our God. And he said, you return unto me, I will return unto you. But if you are still worshiping Jesus Christ and you don't come back to the Most High God, then it's not going to be nice for you. We got to return back unto the Most High, our God. He said, return unto me and I will return unto you. Okay? But if you are still worshiping Jesus Christ and I don't care, okay, which one of those you are worshiping. I don't care if you worshiping the black one with red eyes, or if you are worshiping the white one with blue eyes. You got to get away from both of them, all of them. And I don't care if you worshiping the Mexican one, Jesus. Turn back to the Most High, your God, and get away from those false gods like Jesus Christ, Lucifer. Okay? And I'm here to let you know that the Most High God, the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he is not with you if you still worshiping those ones. Jesus Christ, aka Lucifer. Okay? Now let's continue. Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Immanuel. Verse 15, butter and honey shall he eat, and he shall know to refuse evil and choose good. Verse 16, for before the child shall know to refuse evil and choose good, the land that thou abhorrest shall be forsaken of both her kings. That letting you know, like Maher-shalal Hash-Baz, where he said he going to swiftly take care of them. Verse 17. The Lord shall bring upon thee and upon thy people and upon thy father's house days that have not come, from the day that Ephraim departed out of Judah, even the king of Assyria. That's who he's going to bring, the king of Assyria. Verse 18. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall hiss for the fly that is in the uttermost part of the river of Egypt, and for the bee that is in the land of Assyria. Give me 1 second. Let me take a little sip here. My voice is starting to get dry. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 19. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 19. And they shall come and shall rest, all of them, in the desolate valleys and in the holes of the rocks, and upon all thorns and upon all bushes. They're gonna be everywhere. The Assyrians are going to be everywhere, all over the place, and you ain't going to be able to do nothing. Verse 20. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 20. In that same day shall the Lord shave with the razor that is hired, namely by them beyond the river, by the king of Assyria, the head, the hair, the feet, and it shall consume the beard. I mean, the Most High is going to be shaving off the whole Syria and Israel. He's going to shave them off. Okay? And he's going to use the king of Assyria to do so. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that a man shall nourish a young cow and 2 sheep. So 1 young cow and 2 sheep, and that's it. Okay? A very small amount, yet it will be an abundance. Why? Because of the remnant, or the small amount of people who will be left, and it will be an abundance. How is that? How can that be? Because the Most High is with them. Okay? When the Most High is with you, even though he bring destruction upon a land or upon a people or upon anything like that, when the Most High is with you and you are with the Most High, even if you have what you think is little, you have an abundance. You have more than enough, because the Most High is going to take care of his chosen people. Okay? The Most High is going to take care of his remnant. He said, return unto me and I will return unto you. I will care for you. I will keep you. Nothing is going to harm you. Nothing is going to be able to come against you. Okay? Because they're going to be destroyed if it does. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 22. And it shall come to pass for the abundance of milk that they shall give. Let's read that again. And it shall come to pass for the abundance of milk that they shall give, he shall eat butter, and for butter and honey shall everyone that eat that is left in the land, the remnant. Verse 23, Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 23. And it shall come to pass in that day that every place shall be where there were 1,000 vines and 1,000 silverlings, it shall even be for briars and thorns. It ain't gonna be nothing there. Okay? It's gonna be a famine. It's gonna be like a famine. With arrows and with bows shall men come thither, because all the land shall become briars and thorns, nothing to eat. Where there was grapes and all of that, it ain't gonna be nothing but briars and thorns. Okay? Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 25. And on all hills that shall be digged with the mattock, there shall not come thither the fear of briars and thorns, but it shall be for the sending forth of oxen and for the treading of lesser cattle. Okay? Now let's go back to chapter 8 and let's read of the coming Assyrian invasion that the Most High God is causing to happen. He's causing Assyria to come and do this. Okay? Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 1. Moreover, the Lord said unto me, take thee a great roll and write in it with a man's pen concerning Maher-shalal Hash-Baz. Who is that? That's Isaiah's son. The Most High God said, write with a pen Okay, Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 2. And I took unto me faithful witnesses to record Uriah, the son of Zechariah, and the son of Jeberechiah. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 3. And I went into the prophetess. So who is the prophetess? The prophetess is none other than Isaiah's wife, the virgin, the young woman who was talked about, who was spoken of in chapter 7. It's not Mary, okay? Had nothing to do with Mary or the New Testament at all. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 3. And I went into the prophetess, and she conceived and bare a son. Then said the Lord unto me. Then said the Lord to who? To me, to Isaiah. Okay, the Lord, the Most High God said unto me. This is what the Most High God is telling Isaiah after he went into his wife, the prophetess, and impregnated her. The Most High God said unto him, call his name Maher-shalal Hash-Baz. Okay? And what does that mean? It means swift to the prey. So the Most High God is going to show you how quickly he is going to destroy those kings, Pekah and Rezin. That's why he said name of Maher-shalal Hash-Baz, because it's a sign to show you how quick I'm going to destroy these kings. So y'all don't have to worry about nothing. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 4. For before the child shall have knowledge to cry, my father and my mother, the riches of Damascus and the spoil of Samaria shall be taken away before the king of Assyria. Okay? That's how fast the Most High going to do it. Before that little baby can even cry and say, mama, dada, the Most High going already done took care of them. Maher-shalal Hash-Baz is a sign, okay? That is how fast the Most High God is going to destroy those kings. Before the baby can cry mama and daddy or dada, mama, dada, the Most High is going to have already taken those kings out swiftly, okay? Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 5. The Lord spake also unto me, saying, Isaiah 8 and 6, for as much as this people refuses the waters of Shiloh, that go softly, and rejoice in Rezin and Remaliah's son. Verse 8, now therefore, behold, the Lord bringeth up upon them the waters of the river, strong and many, even the king of Assyria. So the Most High said they want to listen to those kings and follow those kings and worship idols and stuff. I'm going to bring the king of Assyria on them and all his glory, and he shall come up over all his channels and go over all his banks. Isaiah 8 and 8. And he shall pass through Judah, he shall overflow and go over. He shall reach even to the neck, and the stretching out of his wings shall fill the breadth of thy land, O Immanuel. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 9. Associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces, and give ear, all ye of far countries. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 10. The Most High going to do some damage. And he putting a spirit on the Assyrian the Assyrian king to go out, the Assyrian king to go out there and do that damage. He's doing what he carried out what the Most High God want him to do. The heart of the king is in the hand of the Most High. He turn it any way he want to. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 10. Take counsel together, and it shall come to pass. And it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for God is with us. I don't care what y'all say, God is with us. You can talk all that garbage you want to. God is with us only. And what the Most High God says is going to happen is going to happen. What y'all say ain't nothing going to happen. Now let's go to 2 Kings, and let's see when those two kings lose their life, when the Most High killed them. Okay. 2 Kings chapter 15 and verse 30. And Hoshea, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Remaliah, and smote him. He did what? Smote him. He did what? He smote him. Killed him. King Pekah was killed, and slew him, and reigned in his stead in the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah. Okay. 2 Kings chapter 15 and verse 31. And the rest of the acts of Pekah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the king of Israel. Now let's go to 2 Kings chapter 16. Let's see when Rezin died. Okay. At that time Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath of Syria, and drave the Jews from Elath, and the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. 2 Kings chapter 16 and verse 7. So Ahaz sent messengers to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am thy servant. The Most High was setting this whole thing up, and saying, I am thy servant and thy son. Come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Syria, and out of the hand of the king of Israel, which rides up against me. Verse 8. And Ahaz took the silver and the gold that was found in the house of the Lord, and in the treasures of the king's house, and sent it for a present unto the king of Assyria. 2 Kings chapter 16 and verse 9. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him, for the king of Assyria went up against Damascus and took it, and carried the people of it captive to Kir, and slew Rezin. He did what? Slew Rezin. He did what? Slew Rezin. He killed that king, but he scattered the people. Okay. 2 Kings chapter 16 and verse 20. We're skipping down to verse 20. And Ahaz slept with his fathers and was buried, and his fathers, with his fathers, in the city of David. And Ahaz in the city of David, and Hezekiah his son reigned in his stead. I'm sorry. Hezekiah his son reigned in his stead. So you can see within these two videos, part 1 and part 2, and if you haven't seen part 1 yet, I suggest that you look at that one first and then come back to this video. But you can see in part 1 and part 2 right in your face that Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14 had nothing to do with Jesus Christ, Mary, Joseph, or that ghost, okay? At all. Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14 was a sign from the Most High God Okay? It was a sign from the Most High and a promise that he would be with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which is known as the tribe of Judah, against the king of Israel and against the king of Syria. Okay? And during that time, everything happened just as the Most High God said that it would happen. Okay? And during the time of Jesus, there was no king of Judah or king of Israel. So we know that Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14 had nothing to do with Jesus Christ, aka Lucifer, at all. Okay? At all. It is just some Christians or somebody trying to get you and I to worship their Trinity. Father, Son, and baby and all that stuff. They're trying to get you to worship a Trinity in that New Testament. But we are not going to worship their Trinity. But we are going to worship and serve. We're not going to serve their Trinity. We're not going to worship their Trinity. We're not going to worship their God, their little baby God, and none of that garbage. Their Mary Catholic garbage. No. We are going to worship and serve our Creator, the Most High, our God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, our God. Okay? That's who we're going to worship and serve. And we're going to worship and serve him only, him alone. Thou shalt make no God, thou shalt have no God before me. Okay? You worshiping Jesus, aka Lucifer, you putting the God before the Most High God, and saying you got to go through him to get to the Most High. No, the Most High never said that. Worship him only. He is blessed forever. The Most High God, he is blessed forever. The most holy one of Israel. And with that, I'm going to say to my people, the children of Israel, on this beautiful Sabbath day, and I'm going to say thank you for studying with me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and checking out these teachings. And I hope that it has been a blessing to you and giving you understanding. Okay, giving you more understanding and not taking you away from the confusion. But with that, I'm going to say Shalom.